Hey everyone, welcome back to my craft room. If you're new here, my name is Enid, and in today's video I'm going to be making something I've never made before. It's called a never-ending flip-flop journal, and I got the inspiration from Write Out Loud Studio, and I'm going to link her video down below so you can watch that as well. So sit tight and I'll be right back to get started. I'm going to be making a smaller version of the flip-flop never-ending journal that I saw on Write Out Loud Studios video. She used 8.5 by 11 paper cut in half. I'm using the floral paper that I showed you in my most recent Temu haul, and cut in half. The measurements are 5 6/8 high by 4 1/8 wide. So I went ahead and did a lot of the pre-work and cut all the papers that I needed, enough to give me 10 pages for the flip-flop journal. And so that was basically, I think, 10 pages of paper that I cut in half. And each page netted me one, what's gonna wind up being one page in the journal. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of the floral paper, and back it to a piece of 110-pound cardstock, just white cardstock, to make it a little bit thicker. And so I already went ahead and did this one, and I'm going to go ahead and glue the rest of these together so that you can see how I got it done. So I'm going to go ahead and glue. Hold on. I want to try to make sure I get this glued really well. And I'm destroying the paper while I'm at it. Gross. Hold on. So I'm going to back it to the 110. And I'm going to try to be as precise as I can in joining these together. And it looks like there's a little bit of overage, which I'm just going to trim. Oh man, I got glue on here, which I really didn't intend to do. But anyway, so I'm going to give this a good burnishing so that I ensure the paper sticks really well. And then I'm going to sew these. So I want to get this glue off. Okay, that looks good. All right, so here's 2 pages we've got set up. We've got these 2. And then, is this sticky? I think I could do one more. Hold on. Yeah, so I'm going to just go ahead and get this all glued up. Make sure you get it glued really well, especially on the edges. And then I'm going to line this up as best I can, like I said. Oh God, this got stuck. Are you kidding me? Oh. All right. That's not a problem because that can get burnished with the bone folder. And you're not going to really see the back of this anyway. And we've got one more to glue. Let me get these corners. Okay. All right, and then let me get this out of the way. one more to glue. Okay. And then I'm going to stitch around these. And I'm going to show you how I organize the papers so that when I put them in the journal, they'll make some sort of sense. Here it goes. This is the last piece. I guess I wasn't as precise as I thought I was when I cut these. Okay. So they might need a little bit of trimming. Okay, so what I did when I cut these pages, I want to make sure that, as I said, when I cut each page in half, I want to make sure that when I put the journal together, that the pages align with the half that it belongs to. So basically what I did was, for instance, you see these two papers go together. These two go together. And these two go together, right? So what I did was, the paper that's going to be on the back, I switched them, and then I'm going to back it on the other paper, right? So I'm going to back it on the other paper. So here you see that this is the correct way that the papers belong. And then if I flip it over, this is also the correct way. So that's how I made sure that I did each page, so that when I put it together in the journal, it's going to match up with the next one. And the way that I did it, each page sort of had like a really colorful side, and then one side that was less colorful and had a lot of beige space. So I figured this could be like the journaling side of the page. And when I decorate the journal, I can just add more journaling space. So now that these are glued together, I'm going to take a good look at them, and I'm going to trim off. Okay, so these two appear to be good. These two appear to be good. These two need a little bit of trimming. So I'm just going to pull out my trimmer. And I'm just going to, and I'm sure, yeah, for some reason this is a little bit bigger. So, yeah, so that's all it needs. And then 4 1/8. Yeah, so now that's perfect. And then this one, it looks like just the bottom, because this is so little bit on the side that I can just cover that with ink. So let me get this here. Yeah, so this is really, I just cut off slivers. So I'm gonna throw those away. I'm gonna put this cutter away. And now I have my 4 pages, right? So those are ready. I'm gonna move my scissor aside, and I'm gonna pull in my machine. I hope you'll be able to see at least some of what I'm doing. Let me see. Let me try to get this in better. Okay, well, I don't think you'll be able to see the sewing, but you'll get the gist of it. I really should let these dry more for the sake of not gumming up the needle, but I'm going to just go ahead and try to get it done. And I'm just going to do a zigzag stitch. And I'm going to put my paper in. And I'm going to start off slow. Pick up the speed. when I get to the end, I like to crank it by hand so that I don't go too far off the page for when I turn it. And then I continue stitching. Give it a hand crank or two. Turn. End, you can back stitch once or twice and then come out again. I'm gonna go ahead and sew these cards that we just glued together, and I'm gonna just put it under the foot, and I'm gonna just start off slow. Just do a zigzag stitch. Okay, when I get to the end of a line, I like to use the hand crank just so that I can get as close as I need to without going over. And I hope there's enough room in the back for the card to go all the way. Okay. So by cranking the hand, the feeder is just going to pull the paper through. And I need to do one more manually, and that way I don't go too far over or too in. And again, I'm gonna slow down and do the last stitch by hand. And that won't too much. You can back stitch, but I usually don't, and these never come apart. So I'm just going to trim off the thread, and then you can see the stitching around. I hope that's not too close. But anyway, I got 2 more to stitch, and I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, so that I don't drive you crazy with the noise, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here are the 4 final stitched pages, and I'm going to show you again how I set it up so that when I'm going to put the pages into the journal, the right pages will line up with each other. So you can see this is where this page got cut in half, they match up, and this page got cut in half right here. So I'm going to leave the top 2 as they are. I'm going to switch these, and then I'm going to back these with each other. All right, so let me get my paper clips. So I'm going to back this with this. And as you can see, this is properly aligned. And when I flip it over, this is also properly aligned. Okay, so now that I have all of my pages stitched, the next step is to start putting the journal together. So let me just clip these together because I don't want them to get misaligned. So the next step is going to involve, these are all my other pages. So the next step is going to involve using some muslin strips and some Fabri-Tac. So I cut some muslin strips to, I believe, 6.5. Did I cut them to 6.5? Let me see. Yeah, 6.5. This is the page that I want to be my cover, and this is the page that's going to back it. So I'm going to flip this over, and on the left side I'm going to add a strip of,
and if you've got a gridded map, kind of use that to help you keep everything
on
straight.
this left side, I'm sorry for the background noise, I'm going to add a piece of muslin strip. Okay. And I'm gonna put it like halfway on the tag and leave like another like half, 3/4 of it, like hanging off. All right. So now I'm gonna stick these 2 pages together. Right. I'm gonna stick my cover to the sheet that's gonna back it. And I'm gonna try to get a lot of glue on the edge over the stitching to make sure that it sticks. And on over the muslin. And then this is the page that's gonna back it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get it as perfectly aligned as I can. And when I flip it, I'm gonna try to, with the, wiggle room, try to get it nice and aligned. Okay, so now the way this works is when you put the next sheet, let's say if this is the front of a page, then the next sheet should be the back of a page. All right, so this is going to be my back, and this is aligned with this front sheet. So this is what I want my back to be, because this is going to be my journaling space. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of the card. I'm sorry, that was off screen. I'm going to put some glue on the back of the card. And I'm going to turn this around. Yeah. And I'm going to stick this on. And I'm going to try to have my pages aligned on the top and bottom. But I'm not going to butt them up against each other. I'm going to leave like maybe a 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch in between the cards. And if you can tell that gap is there in the muslin. Okay. And then I'm gonna glue another piece of muslin on this side. And I'm gonna let it overhang. Oh, and for let's say I have 10 pages, I'm gonna need 9 pieces of muslin. If you had 8 pages, you would need 7 pieces of muslin. So you always need 1 less of the number of pages that you have. So now that I have this piece of muslin there exposed, I can go ahead and put this back on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some glue here. Glue this up really well. Glue this on really well. You know, once you glue it together, if it starts to come apart, if you didn't get glue everywhere, you can always like stick you know some glue in. Okay, so this is the way this one aligns, and you can see that the two images align with each other, and you have wiggle room with the fabric tack, so you can go ahead and align your two pieces and make sure that the cards line up, and try to get them even with each other so that when you start closing and opening the book, the journal, for instance, this is going to be like this, and then it'll open like that. And so you need this here to give you space for when you put decorations, or you can even put a signature in between. So now I'm gonna try to put my next front page. Let me see something, how this is gonna work out. Okay, yeah. So now I'm gonna glue this one to the bottom of the muslin. And I'm gonna leave that gap, and I'm gonna line my cards up top and bottom, and just leave a gap. Okay. And then I'm gonna put another piece of muslin on this side. And glue that down. Okay, so now I can put glue on all of this. Yeah, I can put my glue on all of this and make sure that this sticks down. I'm gonna go ahead and put align this card with the one below it. And you know what I should have done, which I forgot to do? I should have inked each of the cards, because I noticed this little piece of white. Then I think I can do it afterwards. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my next card. Okay, so these line up, so I'm gonna put glue on the bottom one. and attach that to the muslin. Again, leaving my gap and aligning the top and bottom of the card. And then this will give you some idea of how this is going to work. You see how that's folding over? So now I'm going to attach another piece of muslin. Oops, another piece of muslin. And then I'm gonna glue. And feel free to fast forward if you don't want to see me gluing this all together. But I think it's important because at the last card you're gonna do like you did the first one. You're only gonna put one piece of muslin instead of two because you're not gonna attach anything else to it. So yeah, these two align. Okay. So now I'm going to take my next set of cards. Just bear with me. Okay, so those are right. And these are right. So these go like this. So I'm going to put the bottom one on. Going to put glue for the muslin to stick onto. I'm going to put this on here, align the top and bottom, and leave my gap. And try to be consistent with the size of your gaps. And then I'm going to add another piece of muslin. So while I'm doing this, I was going to take apart the spine of the journal I was working on, the technique journal, and give it a 3-inch spine, but I decided against it. What I wound up doing was just taking out the two signatures, and then I just sewed one of them back in. And then I'll use the other signature in another journal, and I'll make that a 3-inch spine so that I can do multiple signatures on that one. So you got a flip through of the first signature, so I don't think I need to bring it back. But yeah, that's what I wound up doing. Because I said I was going to make journals this year, and it's May, and I've only made the one journal. I did a lot of stash building, you know, ephemera stash building, but this is only the second journal that I'm making in 2024, so I want to get moving with that, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one here and try to get it aligned. And yeah, I'm only gonna put the journal together in this video, and then the next video we'll do some decorating, or I may just decorate it and then come back and give you a flip through. Let me just make sure this is yeah, that's the right one for there. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this, put some glue here. Yeah, because I don't know if you notice in some of the videos, like my hands shake, because I have some nerve damage. And not only that, when I do too much, like with all this glue squeezing, my arm starts to hurt and my shoulder, so I try to keep it to a minimum. So I'm gonna put another my right shoulder, no, my left shoulder was messed up for a few years. I had surgery on a herniated disc in my cervical spine. So my left hand is the one that shakes, that does the shaking. Oops, I forgot to put glue everywhere else. But after, it took almost maybe 3 years for my left shoulder to feel somewhat better. And then I had the fall down the stairs recently that I told you guys about, my Patrick starfish fall, and I messed up my right shoulder. So after several years with my left shoulder out of commission, now I'm seeing a doctor for my right shoulder, sorry. I'm supposed to have an MRI next week to see what's going on. I've already had cortisone shot, and oh, I forgot to put my second piece of muslin. Let me take this apart. Let me just put this here. So that's all going downhill now with my right shoulder. And just doing this, squeezing this glue out, I know I'm gonna pay for it later tonight. But life goes on, and you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So now I gotta put more glue here to stick this down. Come on. It's like the glue is not coming out anymore. Anyway, come on. Okay, let me try to get this down. And like I said, I'm probably gonna have to go over the edges and make sure I get some good glue on there. So oh no, I think I might have messed up. I think I might have messed up. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, this is the continuation of that, and this is the continuation of this. So now it's a new beginning. So now if I do these two line up. Okay, so this is my top and this is my bottom. Let me just clear this opening because I think it may be stuck. All right, so let me try this again. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let me line these up, leave my gap. And put my next piece of muslin. Let me not forget that again. And if some of the pages are too busy for journaling, I'll probably just put a section of coffee dyed paper on it and give myself some more journaling space. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out. So let me see. Yeah. And so this is now the top. Oh guys, and I got myself a new printer, and I'll give you guys a review on it once I start really using it. I just set it up. I really haven't used it to do much of anything yet, but the printer that I had was an Epson Workforce 2850, I think it was, and it was a color printer, but it was not cost effective, which is why I really haven't been doing any digitals. So I wanted one of the super tanks, and it's a little bit more up front, but you save on the ink in the long run. And I was gonna get an Epson, but I saw a couple of read a couple of reviews where people were not happy with them. Something about them dropping connectivity. So I wound up going with a Canon mega tank, and it's a Canon Pixma. I think it's a 620, and it has 6 ink colors. It has the standard for black, yellow, magenta, and cyan. But then it also has gray and red. So that's supposed to give you better photo quality. Though having the 6 inches, the 6 inks versus the 3. So I can't wait to start using it and see what I think. But I'll let you guys know how that goes. Yeah, so my Epson printer, it just died, and I was not sad about it at all. I was waiting for that thing to die. Like I said, it was not very cost effective as far as inks were. I think every time I bought ink, I spent over $60. And I can't afford to be doing that. So and my grandson loves to print. He loves to do his little projects. Did I lose a piece of muslin somewhere? Let's see if this works out. yeah, so cut that. I don't want it to be lumpy and bumpy. I'm gonna have to give my mat a good clean after this video and get all this glue off. Yeah. So not much else has been going on with us. Just the usual stuff. And let me see, I told you guys the roof got repaired. All the tree debris got taken away. We're still waiting on the deck, and we were hoping to have it repaired by Memorial Day, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So the guy is really busy, and he's highly recommended, so I wanna go with him, you know, I'd rather wait for him than go with someone that I don't know what the quality of their work is gonna be, you know. So anyway, we'll see what happens. And then let's see. Yeah. Nope, I'm perfect with the muslin. So this is gonna go like this. I thought I was short a piece, but it's because this is the last. This is next to the last. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this under, align it, and leave my gap. And the reason I say I might just decorate it off camera and then do it flip through is because I'm very indecisive still when I'm making, you know, planning layout for a page. And so maybe I'll do what I did the last time and make the ephemera or pull from my stash and decorate it to go with this, and then pre-plan the layouts and then just put it together with you guys. So I think that might be the plan. And let me pull this down a little bit. So that's probably going to be my best option. And after this, we've only got one more set. Of cards to put in, and then the journal is done in terms of it being put together, you know. So I'm gonna babysit the grandkids for the next 3 days. I'm gonna go spend it at their house. My granddaughter is very excited that grandma's having a sleepover. 2 sleepovers, she says, because I'll be there till Friday. So she goes, Grandma, are you having 1 sleepover or 2 sleepovers? I tell her 2, and she gets so excited. She's so funny. Boy, I need a Pepsi. After I get this together, I'm gonna go get a Pepsi. Okay, so now these are the last 2 pages in the journal. And this is the bottom and this is the top. Gosh, this glue is killing me. I'm gonna pay for it. I should have taken some leave before I started the video, but I didn't think. Okay, so this is get my muslin, my gap, line them up top and bottom. Yeah, and then we just have to glue the last page on. I'm a big fan of like true crime. I love to watch like those, you know, whodunits and the trials and whatever. So I like to follow those, and I've been following the Sebastian Rogers case. I don't know if any of you have. It's so sad, you know. 15-year-old autistic boy who disappeared the same day. I've also been following Madeline Soto's case. So it's tragic. I don't know. You know. But anyway, it is what it is. It's so you see my last 2 pages, my images align. So that's everything aligned the way that I wanted it to. So I'm grateful for that. And like I said, I'm just gonna have to go through probably with my art glitter glue to get really good into the edges to make sure everything glues down well. Where is my glue cover? Hold on. But this is the journal basically. So then I'm just gonna put a closure on it and some decoration. But check this out. This is so cool. You flip it open, right? And you continue to flip it. And you continue to flip, 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 flip. And then you flip this way. Wait, and then, hold on. You can turn it over. How did they do it? Flip this way. I gotta get my flipping in order. But basically, then you can flip the reverse side. You see? So you have, so if you have 10 pages, I guess you have 20. So you can flip this way. Flip this way, right? Then close it. And flip this way. I thought this journal was so cool when I saw it. I had to make it. So this is it. And like I said, I'll probably pre-plan the layouts, and then I'll decorate it with you guys on camera. And I might use, where'd it go? Oh, I have this peach colored lace. So I'll probably use this as the, to make some sort of closure on it. I don't know. I'll have to work that out. It's peach, so it goes with the flowers. I'll probably just tie it in a knot. Not a knot, a bow. Let's see. It's kind of wide, but I think it'll look fine. Yeah. So that'll be what the closure is gonna look like, and then I'll just trim these, I guess, this way. There you go. Now I can't wait to decorate it. I hope you all enjoyed that never-ending flip-flop journal. I love it. It was a lot of work. I think it would have been a lot easier if I had used 8.5 by 11 and just cut it in half, because I had to do a lot of trimming of the 110-pound cardstock, and just getting everything glued and stitched. It was a lot of work, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love the way it turned out. I hope, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you're enjoying my content, please like, share, subscribe, and press that notification bell so you won't miss any of the upcoming videos. And thank you so much. I appreciate the support, and I'll see you next time. Bye.